Hello, Scorpio. Elsie here to do your reading for the week ahead, my psychic buddies. How are you? I hope you're well. Thank you so much for clicking here. I do appreciate you. If you are brand new, welcome. And I hope that you'll decide to be in the comments with us if you are into community, because we are a bit of a community around here. Thank you so much for all the ways that you've been loving on me. If you're my ride or die and you're here all the time watching, clicking, doing all the things, right, hitting the bell button, then you'll know that I do appreciate you. Please know that I do appreciate you so much. So Scorpio, we've got some stuff going on, right? We've got the full moon today, full moon in Scorpio. This is the final purge. So Scorpio, tell me how you're feeling about this full moon and how it is for you, because it's been making me, holy God, it's been making me really emotional. And I feel like I'm going through a bit of maybe an upgrade, like a software upgrade in my body. Like I feel like I have cold symptoms, and although I do have allergies, it feels like even though I've taken allergy medication, I can't seem to get away from the cold symptoms, and I don't have a cold. I don't have a cold at all. So I feel like I'm just feeling, this full moon, around the full moon, I have a hard time sleeping. How is it for you, my friend? So thank you for this beautiful purge. We needed it at the end of this April season that's been pretty wackadoo. How has it been feeling for you? Tell me how it's going for you. If you are a Scorpio moon, you're probably feeling a lot of soul purge, I'm going to say. All right, so we're going to take a look at all of these oracles first, and then we are going to get into some tarot. First, it's Moonology, then it's the Soul's Journey, and then it is Coffee Cup Oracles by Amira. Let's find out what's going on for you, Scorpio. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Scorpio, please. We do have conclusions are within reach. I like it. Full moon eclipse. Now, you could still be feeling energy from the eclipse, right? This is sort of similar energy because it was, we did have a solar eclipse, but before that we had a lunar eclipse and a full moon. And so I want to say that maybe you're still feeling the effects of the full moon eclipse possibly, but you do have conclusions that are within reach. And it feels like with the full moon present that you'll be releasing something. That's what it feels like here. Luck is on your side. It's a new moon in Sagittarius, this energy. Tell me more about Scorpio, please. Tell me more about Scorpio in the week ahead. So Scorpio, I'm dropping these cards at the end of April right now in the current time. So if you're viewing this in real time, in current time, this is going to cover the last couple days of April and then going into May. And for some of you, you might not find it today or tomorrow. Maybe you'll find it next year, but it's still going to apply for some of you as a general read. All right, so we do have purpose. I know what I'm here to do. I really feel like I just felt like a shift of you're making one of the biggest decisions you've made in a very long time. It's going to change everything because a conclusion is coming to within reach here. A conclusion is about to happen. You're about to release something, and it's going to make way for a purpose that you know what you're here to do. I feel like you know what you have to do, Scorpio, and you don't want to do it, but I feel like you know you have to. We have indecision. Up till now, you've had indecision, and I really do feel in the week ahead that you're still in a bit of indecision. I want you to use your intuition. It says, I use my intuition in all aspects of my life. This is the card that is violet, your third eye. If it's not open already, you're going to need it. You're going to need it. But I'm going to say that your indecision has mostly been about your stability and security with the red here. That is the base chakra, right? So it feels like your eyes are open to what you need to do. You are going to speak it out with the blue energy there. That is the throat chakra. Give me one last card for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. All right, what's this? The Gate. Wow, you are... This is a crazy good time for somebody here. The Gate is opportunities. So I feel like you are figuring out your purpose. You're going to let go of some things and purge some things that you never did need. And you are walking straight into your purpose. You are deciding to go through the gate. Look, the gate looks a little bit weird, right? It looks a little bit weird. It's kind of scary. There's a lot of fog in the distance. It looks a little creepy. I want to say it's a little scary, but I want to say there is an opportunity here. For some of you, it's an opportunity of a home. Maybe you didn't think you'd ever save the down payment, or maybe you didn't think that you'd ever beat that person in, while you're doing the pricing wars here. Look at this. We've got love or new love. We've got the heart. So it does feel like for some of you that you are releasing an old relationship, possibly going to a new, or you're releasing something in your life. And it could be energetically anything. Please understand that. It could be energetically anything. And we don't realize that we need to remove energies in order to invite others in. So I feel like whatever the energy is, you are making the energies work for you. It feels like you're about to release something here. A conclusion is within reach. Let's get to the tarot. Find out what's going on here for you. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about the conclusion here that is within reach for Scorpio. Welcome to Water Day, my friend. Generally do read for you on a Tuesday. And here we are, right? We have the Ten of Wands in the reverse. Making sure the deck's in the upright, it is. Ten of Wands is in the reverse. Ten of Wands in the reverse to me is a release. But it is something that you carried around for a while, because to me the Ten of Wands in the reverse is the inability. Not the inability, but it's like you didn't make the decision. You couldn't make the decision to let it go. Whatever it is, and you carried around like almost in a state of martyrdom. You carried it around like you're carrying all these burdens, and I have to carry them because I can't. And it feels like you give yourself permission somewhere along the way to drop these burdens. But we'll look at it again with tarot. Let's find out what's going on here. Tell me about the purpose. It says, I know what I'm here to do. What are you here to do? You are here to run at whatever it is you want to run at. Look, you get one life. At this point, I'm going to say that I believe in that when we don't get it right, or when we have things left unsaid or undone, that we end up coming back here to this earthly plane, which I believe is like the playing field. It's like the football field. It's like we have to get back in the game, and we have to figure it out. We have to figure out what it is that we came here to do. And I feel like in this lifetime, Scorpio, you will figure it out. It's a very exciting time for you. This life for you is very exciting, or it's about to be, because you're about to find out your purpose, because your third eye is open. We've got violet there, but we also have green and blue. And so it tells me with the green energy that whatever's on your heart is what you're going to take a risk on. And the blue here, is there blue? Green? Yeah, there's some light blue here. You're going to speak it out. But it feels like first your third eye will open. Maybe it's open already. I don't know you, right? Maybe it's open already, but I want to say if it's not, what you're about to see is your purpose. You're going to know why you're here and what you're here to do. We have opportunities and home. You're walking through some sort of gate. And even though it's been scary, I think that there's something on the other side that you want. I think it's your purpose. We do have the Judgment card. It's your decision. I love it. I cannot write this stuff. It makes me very excited when things show up exactly as I thought they would. It's very exciting here. So you are really making the big decision to walk through some type of gateway here. And when you walk through the gateway, things will never be the same as they ever were. I feel like it's very different on the other side. And I feel like you're no longer scared of the dark. And I feel like you're no longer scared of what's on the path ahead, I want to say. We do have the King of Swords because you know that you carry the sword of truth. You know that as long as you remain honest, truthful, noble, transparent, and as long as you reserve judgment, because the King of Wands is Aquarius. Aquarius is the watcher. That person, unless they have some crazy fire in the moon and the rising, mostly the rising, they're not really into verbal joust. You're someone who's like watching silently and learning. And then you're the person who sits in the room, and people usually listen when you speak because you don't do it a whole lot. You won't speak up about stuff. Even though you have an opinion, you've realized that there is a value in moving at things slowly, like reacting instead of responding. All right, let's clarify a little bit. Let's find out what's going on for you. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about the Ten of Wands in the reverse. I feel like you were carrying around something for a while because you thought you should, or maybe you're still carrying it around a while, for a little while yet, because this is a reading for the week ahead, right? So whenever you find this, the week ahead, I feel like is when you're going to finally realize that you've been carrying around these 10 wands, holding on to whatever it is from the past. Maybe it's trauma, maybe it's relationships, maybe it's jobs that didn't work out, maybe you lost some money, whatever it is, it feels like it is hardship. So we do have the Seven of Cups, we have the Five of Swords, and we have the Page of Wands. And what I love about that is that the Seven of Cups tells me that there is illusion here. The illusion was you had to carry around the burdens for everybody around you. And I don't think that you need to do that. It's time to set those down. We have the the Five of Swords, I feel like the illusion that you created was, I got to carry these burdens silently and not really talk to anybody about it. But it feels like it feels like you finally speak up about it. Like, I don't want to carry around these things anymore. It's like a conflict or a disagreement. And you're like, no, I don't agree to this contract any longer. I'm not carrying around these burdens. It feels like with the Five of Swords that you now are saying something. You're now putting up a fight. And the Page of Wands tells me that you're ready to hit a new path. You're like, you know what? I'm out. I feel like you're releasing something here. And it's because of some sort of a conflict or a disagreement that you have with someone. It might be a battle of egos, right? It could be a battle of egos. And I think that the reason that you're carrying around the Ten of Wands is because you're like, but what if I end it? At what cost? Is it going to cost me something? I don't think it's going to cost you what you think it's going to cost you. I think that the conclusion is within reach because you're deciding to go on some sort of a new path that is really exciting for you. But first you must drop these burdens. It's the illusion that you had to carry them around. These arguments and fights, whatever was in your head. Tell me what conclusion is within reach for Scorpio, please. Tell me what conclusion is within reach for Scorpio. We do have the World card, my friend. We do have the Four of Wands, and then we have the High Priestess. Scorpio, I think we've had this conversation before. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you want to go back into the sneak peek for this week or last week's reading would be what's going on this week, because I'm always reading for the week ahead. The World card is telling me that something is coming to an end, that you in fact are releasing something and closing the door. But what I want to tell you is that this is an accomplishment for you, that you finally realize something, that you can release things. You don't have to carry around other people's problems, other people's stuff. I feel like you are taking action here because you've realized that it's time for you to be in the sun. It's a breakthrough for the King of Wands. Right? So you could be the King of Wands. You could have fire. You don't have to be. But this energy is of someone who's decided to move forward no matter what other people say, because they must have the thing that they want. And I feel like that's your breakthrough. We've got Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy here. The High Priestess coming up with the Four of Wands tells me that the thing I feel that you are closing out is some sort of a relationship. It does feel like it's either with a family member or with someone you've been living with, maybe someone you're engaged to. Like it feels like the marriage isn't going forward. Or the Four of Wands, the end of the Four of Wands, the World card comes to close the door on a chapter of the Four of Wands. So I feel like you've been living with someone, or maybe this has to do with your family. You've decided, you know what, I'm not carrying around the burdens of this person anymore. I gotta go. It's time for me to go. We have the High Priestess energy. It feels like it's in your psychic intuition. You've been wanting to do this for a really long time, but you don't want to hurt anybody. And that's the thing about you. You're beautifully kind and loving, and you're really thinking about all aspects, and that's why you're strategic. That's why you move slow, because you really want to think it all out before you do it, right? And so the High Priestess tells me, Piscean energy, that you are doing it and you're going to be very silent about it. It's going to be stealth. You're not going to be telling people. There's no fanfare. I feel like you have been in indecision about making this decision, because 4 and 1 wand with the Page is 5. But I feel like the future looks too enticing to you, and it's time for you to head out on a new path, a new, very exciting path. So your purpose is something that you're going to figure out in this lifetime. So I don't know if I'm talking to someone who knows what their life purpose is already. And if you do, please put it in the comments. I would really love to know. I'm in my life purpose right now and reading this for you. And I feel like you are going to find out your life's purpose. But it is going to take this Page of Wands, this Ace of Wands. It's going to take a risk. You're going to have to do something different than you always did to get something different than you always got, right? You must change paths. You must jump a timeline here, my friend. Get ready to jump. We do have the Knight of Pentacles. We do have the Justice card, and we do have the King of Cups. Look, for some of you, it's about love. For some of you, it is, right? We've got the heart here, right? We've got the heart, and we have the lion. So you have the heart of a lion, my friend. I want to say that maybe you could have a Leo placement. We have strength and success in love, in new love, or it says love and new love. So for some of you, it's new love. For some of you, it's someone that you already love. So I feel like your purpose in this life is to love. I feel like your purpose in this life is to be psychic and to push things out your mouth that you don't think are useful for yourself. Sometimes we stifle ourselves as people who are psychic, people who are energetically psychic, one thing that I did learn before I could read tarot was I have to push out my mouth whatever comes to mind, because I know that it means something for someone else, even if it doesn't make sense to me. So I feel like, first, I feel like your purpose is exciting, it's passionate, you could have an Aries placement possibly, but we do have Justice, which is Libra, and the Knight of Pentacles. So there we are. There's your strategy, right? You are the strategic one. So the strategy is I'm going to move slow, make sure I'm patient. I'm not going to run at anything and fire, but when it comes, I'm going to leap on it. I'm going to get on that train and go. Justice is here, which tells me to keep your balance in your emotional energy here, in your psychic energy, in your intuitive and empathic energy. I feel like your life purpose has to do with that. Tell me about the life purpose, please. Tell me about the life purpose for Scorpio. We do have the Ace of Wands again. Look, the Ace of Wands shows up, says, well, the universe says, look, I already gave you the answer. Aren't you listening? So for some of you, you've already got the answer. For some of you, you've gone into meditation or prayer, or maybe you don't do any of those things, but maybe you have a job that allows you to meditate through it. You know how you get a job, but you do the same thing over and over again. For me, it used to be like I was in insurance, and another time I worked in a sewing factory. And, sometimes we get into jobs where it's a meditation finally after a while, where your brain doesn't really have to engage with what you're doing. And I feel like for some of you, it might be that. But we do have the Ace of Pentacles. Look, this is going to run you into something that's going to make you financially well off. The Queen of Pentacles is here. The person who is stable, sturdy in the pentacle world, takes care of their own bills, has enough for everything, and to give. Because the Queen of Pentacles is the overgiver, but is also the one who's willing to give charity and help everybody here. I feel like you're worried that you'll never find your purpose. I think you're wrong. Just going to tell you, you're wrong, my friend. You are going to find it, because you're making some pretty big moves here. And it's probably going to start in the week ahead, but I feel like once you get through the gate, you're going to be like a horse out of its corral. I feel like you're just going to head forward with restless abandon. I feel like you're just going to keep moving through that gate to explore whatever's on the other side. There are opportunities there. We do have the Judgment on the Judgment. Again, the universe says, look, aren't you listening? I'm telling you to make a decision. Go slow, Virgo energy. Use your intuition, Pisces energy, Virgo and Pisces. But if you want something, go get it, because it's going to be yours. But it's your decision is if you want to resurrect your ability to take a passionate risk or not. It's up to you, completely up to you here. We do have the Five of Wands, and we do have the Ten of Cups. For some of you, you are moving through this gate of opportunity to a new home. We do have the Ten of Cups. So for some of you, it is a love situation. For others of you, it's something completely different. But we do have the Judgment card. You're making a decision to stop fighting yourself, to stop being in indecision, to just finally move forward here to the Ten of Cups. You're about to take some sort of a small risk that is going to put you on the other side of this opportunity, on the other side of this gate. What's going on here? We do have the Page of Pentacles. Something is already growing here, my friend. And so I feel like for some of you, the Lover's card is showing up because you do have a choice in love. And it is a love that possibly you thought passed you by. But please remember that whatever is meant for you will never pass you by. And even if you weren't ready for it when it showed up before, maybe 5 or 10 years ago, that it's going to come back around if it's meant to be yours. It'll present itself to you again. And for some of you, I'm talking about your life purpose. For other people, I'm talking about love. So we have the Page of Pentacles. Something new is about to begin or about to grow that's taking root in the 3D. You're about to materialize something that you've been dreaming about. And I feel like you feel that you've lost an opportunity, or you weren't looking that way when the opportunity arrived. And for some of you, it is a very deep soul connection. And so I feel like you're going to stop fighting yourself. You're just going to go with the Ten of Cups. You're going to make this really big decision, and you're going to be very honest with someone about settling down. The King of Pentacles is here. About settling down, you've decided that it's time to maybe provide for somebody. It's time to settle down, family, home, children. And I feel like you have someone who's in mind. It could be a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn. I feel like you're ready to charge in on someone. I feel like you've been manifesting them, or maybe they've been manifesting you. This is a duality, right? This isn't just your energy. It could be the energy of someone who you're very deeply connected to, a soulmate. But I think that whatever you want wants you. And that's why I'm saying that whoever you want, I feel has been manifesting you as well. And that's why all of this energy is showing up here. But you were blocked for a while. I think that you were blocked the last time that the soulmate showed up, but I don't think you are anymore. Just going to say. I'm just going to leave that right there. Thank you so much for coming here and watching. I do appreciate you so much, Scorpio. Thank you for all the beautiful energy you bring here, and let me know how you're feeling through this full moon, the last emotional purge. Tell me what's going on. Thanks, Scorpio. Bye-bye.